Good evening, and welcome to your daily news update. Here are the stories making headlines today. Tonight, major developments from the Trump-Xi summit in Beijing, deadly strikes in Ukraine, severe weather threats across the United States, and the latest business and technology updates shaping the global economy. Let's begin overseas. President Donald Trump is returning from Beijing after high-level meetings with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Both leaders described the talks as constructive, with discussions focused on trade, global energy security, and rising tensions in the Middle East. According to officials from both countries, the two sides agreed on the importance of keeping the Strait of Hormuz open to maintain global energy supplies. Analysts say the summit could ease economic uncertainty after months of strained relations between the world's two largest economies. The White House says several trade agreements were discussed, though full details have not yet been released. Meanwhile, financial markets reacted cautiously. Oil prices climbed during trading today amid concerns about instability in the Middle East and uncertainty surrounding future energy exports. Political observers say the summit signals an attempt by both nations to stabilize relations while continuing to compete on trade, technology, and military influence. In Eastern Europe, Ukraine says Russia launched one of its largest aerial attacks in months. Officials in Kyiv report that waves of drones and missiles struck the capital and other cities over nearly 2 days of attacks. Residential buildings were heavily damaged, and multiple civilians, including children, were killed. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the strikes, calling them a massive and non-stop assault. Emergency crews continue rescue operations tonight. The attacks come as international leaders continue pushing for renewed diplomatic talks, though analysts say hopes for a ceasefire remain limited. NATO members have also renewed calls for additional air defense support for Ukraine. A severe weather outbreak is expected across parts of the central United States this weekend. Forecasters warn that dangerous thunderstorms, large hail, and possible tornadoes could impact portions of the Great Plains and Midwest. Meteorologists are urging residents in high-risk areas to monitor local forecasts and prepare emergency plans. At the same time, several southeastern states continue to deal with dry conditions and wildfire concerns after weeks of unusually warm weather. Experts say this year's pattern highlights growing concerns about extreme weather events linked to climate change. Turning now to business news. Global markets closed mixed today as investors reacted to developments from the Beijing summit and ongoing concerns over energy prices. Oil climbed above $100 per barrel during trading, driven by fears that instability in the Middle East could disrupt shipping routes and fuel supplies. In the United Kingdom, political uncertainty also rattled financial markets after renewed questions surrounding Prime Minister Keir Starmer's leadership. Economists say investors are watching closely for signs of inflation pressure, central bank action, and slowing consumer spending worldwide. Meanwhile, technology companies continue investing heavily in artificial intelligence infrastructure, with analysts predicting another wave of competition among major US and Chinese firms. In technology news, artificial intelligence remains at the center of global competition. Governments and private companies are increasing investments in advanced computing, cybersecurity, and AI development as concerns grow over regulation, misinformation, and data security. Experts say the race to dominate AI technology is likely to shape future economic and military power. At the same time, lawmakers in several countries are considering new rules designed to limit the spread of AI-generated misinformation online. Industry leaders warn that balancing innovation with public safety will be one of the defining challenges of the decade. Health officials are also monitoring reports of rising respiratory illnesses in several regions following increased international travel this spring. While authorities say there is no indication of a large-scale emergency, hospitals and public health agencies are encouraging vaccinations, routine hygiene measures, and early medical attention for severe symptoms. Medical experts continue to emphasize preparedness following lessons learned during the COVID-19 pandemic. And finally in sports, excitement is building ahead of this summer's major international tournaments. Organizers are preparing for extreme heat concerns at several outdoor events, particularly in parts of the United States expected to experience unusually high temperatures. Meanwhile, teams across professional basketball, hockey, and soccer leagues are entering playoff season, with fans closely watching championship races around the world. And that's your news update for today.